All right. So what you see on your screen is a statement that I live by and all of us at Action Coach live by. It says the only risk you can take is the risk of doing nothing. Just before we got started, I asked you guys to stand up, free yourself, move around. When we move around, when we take action, what happens to us? क्या होता है? थोड़ी एनर्जी आ जाती है ना, right? Unless there is action, there is no reaction. Because every action has an equal and opposite reaction. When we move our body, we get some bit of energy. In business, action is very important. Unless you take action to get from where you are to where you want to go to, you can never get the result you want in your life and in your business. So that's going to be our theme, why taking action is very important. But before we get to that point, here's what I want to talk about. Let's look at the year 2020 and 2021. All of us still get the chills thinking about this time, isn't it? That was a time when 50% of startups and MSMEs were possibly going to shut shop or scale down. That's what the economic service was predicting. COVID-19 crisis and the consequent lockdowns had a massive impact on the entire industry. And MSMEs, more importantly, they needed to pivot. They needed to do things differently, not just because they wanted to stay afloat, but they wanted to thrive or had the desire to thrive. Which is where, from a despair kind of a situation, hope was born, or hope is always born. It's just that how we tap into that is very essential. This is where people like me and my friend Kaushik here is part of this wonderful forum. He's going to moderate a forum after this. We're going to talk through about how coaching and mentoring is actually helping MSMEs to get better. So my talk today is all about this. It's all about how you can get better. And I see Shaji as well. Hi Shaji, good to see you, man. Thank you. So I'm going to begin with a quote. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenge. Wish for more wisdom. Because unless we have this, we are going to keep gravitating, keep moving around in the same circle and not move from where we are to where we want to be. Okay? Does everyone agree with this? Anyone who disagrees? Awesome. This is a bit about me. I've been a successful corporate citizen for 20 plus years. I've delivered large-scale transformation programs for multinationals, specifically in the outsourcing space, managed diverse teams, led a lot of teams across the globe. I'm a proud father and a husband. I'm a nature lover because I'm a cyclist. I'm also a spiritualist. If you meet me outside of work, I'll talk about spirituality. I'll talk about my love for sports and cycling. I will never talk about work. I'll talk about work only when it's work hours. And I value freedom, love, and abundance, and that's what I look to achieve for my clients when I work with them. And for the next 15 odd minutes, do I have your permission to be your coach? Do I? Yes? Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for accepting me as your coach for the next few minutes. All right. So, who are we? As Action Coach, you would see us as one of the sponsors on this lovely flex. We are responsible for driving your revenue by 46% and increasing your profits by 61%. We do 85% query resolution, driving 30% cost reduction whenever you have queries about your business. So that's what we are experts at. And we have been adopted by MSMEs in the manufacturing, IT, telecom, retail, and utility segment across the globe, right? What we basically do is we help make you more money, get more energy, get more time for yourself, and help you build better teams. A global organization, truly, we are helping 30,000 businesses. And please have a round of applause for Action Coach because no one coaches more businesses than us across the globe. 30,000 businesses every week. We have a community of 2,100 coaches and we are present in 96 plus countries. As an organization, we have delivered results consistently on a net promoter score, which means people who will say that they will hire an Action Coach We are better than brands like Nestle and Starbucks. I don't know of many organizations who can vouch about better NPS than them. We are much, much, much ahead of them. So we are a truly global, accepted brand who has delivered results consistently for the clients that we work with. Now let's quickly reflect upon why these MSMEs, the startups, were deciding to shut down during COVID. The big question, why? Any ideas, guys? Let's make it a bit interactive. Any ideas, sir? Why do you think they were wanting to shut down? Anyone? Anyone? That's the financial resource side of it. But do you remember what happened? During the second or third month of lockdown, Mukesh Ambani sold a big stake to Facebook. Was there really a funding crunch? Geo platforms made the most money when no one was doing business. There was a Diwali of funding available in that phase for a lot of startups in India. In fact, money was coming in. Last year, it probably reached its epitome, and now we are slightly seeing a bit of a funding slowdown. But the real reason was we decided to stay below this point of power. When I look around and I try and understand what happened to business owners during that phase, a lot of us were sitting on this bed, which is nothing but blame, excuses, and denial, not wanting to take, the accountability, ownership, and responsibility for their business, for themselves, which led to them not taking actions. Now imagine if you start blaming anyone and everyone, are you going to get around anywhere? If you make excuses day in, day out, you're just, what are excuses? They're nothing but reasons for, a different name for reasons, right? If you make reasons for your failures, for not taking accountability, are you going to get around anywhere? If you are in denial of the situation that you are in, that definitely is not going to help you. That's going to make you actually, what I call it, as a powerless person. You're transferring the power of who you are, what your business is, what your life is, to someone else, right? But let's look at the other side of the equation. If you take ownership, because this life, this business is you own this. If you took ownership of your business, of your life, you become accountable for the results you want to produce. You become responsible for delivering those results through the people that you manage or you work with. You end up becoming a very, very powerful person. Now, I understand life happens with all of us. There are times when we all go through a situation where we are blaming someone, but more or less, if we become someone who's very powerful, which means we take ownership, accountability, and responsibility for the results that we produce, for the work we do, the people that we manage, we are going to be powerful or we are going to be more victorious. So if you make me a commitment from now onwards that you want to be someone who takes this oar and maneuver the ship of your life to wherever you want, what type of result are you going to get? What's the result you're going to get, guys? Success, victory, isn't it? So let's stay above the point of power as much as possible so that we are victorious in our life and in our business. But then what is business? We define business as a commercial, profitable enterprise that works without you. The key difference between definition of business that you have had so far and how we define are those three words. Two words, without you. How many of you can imagine a business that works without you? Right? There are some people, right? So if I tell you that call up your office tomorrow morning and tell them you're going on a 6 months break, are you guys able to do that? How many of you are able to do that? 6 mahine ki chutti. In a room of almost 30-40 people, 2 people are raising their hands. Why can't others do that? You own the business, right? You can do whatever you want. Because till now, you've not heard about the formula, the framework, that plan, that success mantra, or whatever you want to call it, which will help you get to this state where it will work without you. And today, what I'm going to do is share just that with you. And that is going to get implemented through a journey called coaching or mentoring, whatever you want to call it. But your participation in that is paramount. Unless you participate, unless you take ownership, unless you become accountable, none of this can be achieved. All right? So stay above the point and let's enjoy this journey on how coaching can help you to become a business owner where your business would work without you. So now you'll ask me, how can we achieve this, right? How? To get to that point, let me explain this entrepreneurship ladder. How many of you believe that you're entrepreneurs? Pakka? Pakka? When I finish this slide, I'm going to ask this question again. Huh? How many of you believe you are entrepreneurs? So all those who have raised their hand, can I please see your hands all over again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. Okay. I'm going to come to you personally and ask you for your views. Okay. So what is entrepreneurship all about? Let's look at where we start from. All of us at some point in time were students in our life. That's the -1 level here, where we are not making money, but we are learning the ropes of how to do business or how to even work or become employable. क्या हम यहाँ पे पैसा कमा रहे होते हैं किसी के लिए? अपने लिए तो definitely नहीं, किसी और के लिए भी नहीं. Here we are actually costing money to someone, mostly to our parents or whoever is sponsoring our education. So at -1 level, we are not making money, but we are getting trained to become what we call it as employee, right? This is where we start making money for ourselves. And guys, entrepreneurship is not just about making money, it's about making wealth. And there's a big difference between wealth and money. Wealth is everything that's left for you when all your money is gone. If you don't know this definition, write down. This is my first lesson for you. Wealth is everything that's left with you when your money is gone. So when we are employees, we are learning maybe sales, marketing, operations, technology, whatever it is that you have chosen to be in, right? Eventually you decide that I've had enough of this. I've been an apprentice at what I want to do for enough time. Now I want to start doing something of my own, which is when what we become is a self-employed person. And a self-employed person works hard to get the work, to do the work, to deliver the work, to account the work, to manage the work. It's like a seesaw. A self-employed person is literally riding a seesaw. कभी sales के लिए ऊपर जा रहा है, तो कभी delivery के लिए नीचे भाग रहा है. Right? How many of you have started as self-employed people in this room? Have you had anything different in terms of experience than this? When you're self-employed, you just do that. Then eventually when you make a bit of money and you say, okay, now, I really can't be sitting on the seesaw for long, you go ahead and hire employees or you start delegating what you've got, what you do to some people under you. But guess what? It gets even more trickier there. Because now you've got off the seesaw and now you're on the merry-go-round. You're trying to put off fires with people who are now working for you. They are reaching out to you to ask you questions about how or what they need to do in their jobs to make sure that the work gets done. Right? So seesaw से तो उतर गए, पर गोल-गोल घूम रहे हो. रोज कहीं आज कहीं यहाँ पे आ गए, कहीं वहाँ पे आ गए. Now a manager spends most of his time, he trades time with money to build a team or build a structure which eventually makes him a business owner. And what is really a business owner? A business owner is someone who's able to generate profits from his business, not just in terms of money, but in terms of time that he wants for himself. How many of you spend 45, 50, 60 hours in your offices every week? Be honest. 50 घंटा, 60 घंटा, होता है ना sir? Thank you so much, sir. As a business owner, do you really feel that's worth? No. You want more time for yourself, right? You started this business for freedom for what you would want to do in your life, right? But if you go back and look at what you're doing and you're spending 60 hours, you're not getting enough time, would you not want to have that time back in your life? This is the framework that's going to help you get there. Because till the time you're a manager and not become a business owner, what you're really doing is you are working hard for money. You're creating money so that you can buy time with that money when you graduate to a level called business owner. But business owner क्या होता है? जिसके पास profit आ गया वो investor बन गया. Many of us, what with our profits, we start making money by putting them in shares, in real estate, putting in someone else's business. Because when you start trading money with more money, that investment starts growing and starts swelling and starts giving you the return. And that truly, my friends, is the definition of an entrepreneur. Because at the level of entrepreneurship, what is really happening for you is that you're not really running after money and making money, but money is working hard for you. You are making money from someone else's network, someone else's idea, someone else's business. You are not actively involved in running that show for you. Shark Tank कौन देखता है? Shark Tank? Do you really think all the startups that Aman Gupta or all those other lovely people, I don't remember their name unfortunately, funded, are they really working in those startups? No. They've just made an investment because over 5 years, 10 years, that investment is going to pay them back. Not just in double digits, but in multipliers. It's not about percentage growth for them, it's a multiplier growth. That's their expectation. Okay? So they are really the ones who are true entrepreneurs. But to then get to this level, you'll ask me, how do we get there? ये सब तो ठीक है यार, समझ गए, entrepreneur बनना है. But before we get to the real formula, let me ask this question again. How many of you now think that you are true entrepreneurs? I had 7 people raise that hand. Now that number has gone down to about 3 or 4. So if you have not made it up to the level of entrepreneurship, this formula that I'm going to share with you now will definitely take you there. What does that look like? This is the formula. Anyone wants to take a pic of this, please feel free to do that. There's nothing I want to hide from you. This is for you, for your consumption. And we are always happy, the 3 of us who are here, Shaji, me and Kaushik, always happy to connect with you and help you understand how this can work in your business. You just have to reach out to us. Thank you so much. So, the first step towards being a great entrepreneur is to eliminate chaos from your business. Eliminate chaos. How many of you think that the business runs you and you don't run the business? Be honest, have a show of hands. Sabko lagta hai? The business runs you, you don't run the business. Why? Because you are not in control of things that are going around. How many of you have truly eliminated and mastered your business? The first step towards that is understanding where you want to get to in 20 years, 10 years from now. You have a vision for your business, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I'm sure you're doing something really well. Please give it up for sir there. Sir, your name? Wahim, sir. Please. He's an awesome person. I've seen him raise his hand, sir. Thank you so much. Hats off. Now, mastery is all about understanding where you want to go. जब Uber का ऐप खोलते हैं सबसे पहला सवाल क्या पूछता है Uber आपको? Destination. I heard that word from someone. Whoever it was. Thank you, ma'am. Destination. Where do you want to go? If you haven't asked yourself that question for your business, do you really think you're going to be in a situation where you know what things you need to do to get there? Now, if you have a mentor, a coach sitting with you, guiding you through how to visualize things for your business, don't you think that journey is going to be simpler? How many of us connect with our customers every now and then? That frequency could be anything, once a day, once a week, once a month, once a year. Again, about 30, 40 people in the room and we have only 4 people raising their hands. So, when we have customers who are actually our pillars of our business, they keep our business running, if you're not connecting with them, aren't you missing out on some inputs for innovation for your own business? That's the second level that you need to master here. I heard from sir here that we've started our business for freedom, for time. How many of you want to reduce the time that they put into your business at their work every week? I want to do that. I want to be more efficient, right? But how many times have you looked at how many value-added and non-value-added things we do in our life, in our business? If you master time, you don't really master time, you master self. You can never master time. If you have this understanding or If you feel that you can master time, time waits for no one. आज अभी 12:30 कितना है, पौने एक बजा है, कल भी यही टाइम पे इतना ही बजेगा, टाइम अपने लिए नहीं रुकने वाला. But how you manage yourself in that time from now to 1 o'clock tomorrow is what will define how successful you are in your life. And then lastly, it's also about your key performance indicators from a financial standpoint. Your cash flows, your profitability, your balance sheet. If you don't know this, how are you going to go ahead and make those wise financial decisions which will help you master your business? So really at the bottom of the pile is something called as mastery, where we help you eliminate chaos, and that's very, very important. The next step really is to bring out a niche for your business. Why niche is important? Because when you get a niche business, you're serving someone with so much confidence with what they really want that they will probably not look at anything else other than you as the service provider or the product provider. That keeps generating a predictable cash flow for your business. The next step is having a system or a business which is highly efficient, which is about leveraging, and then building the right team for growth. Please look at the outcome. It says structure for growth. It is not something I am saying structure for maintenance. Why? Because you want to be the business owner where the business works without you. So you need to have the right people on the bus who are not just people on the bus sitting on seats randomly, but sitting in the right seats to drive the bus forward. Please imagine this, when you are in a situation when you are not working, this is the team that's going to not run the business, but also grow the business for you. And then you start synergizing your business. आज मुंबई में हो, कल अहमदाबाद, हैदराबाद, जहाँ कहीं पे भी आपको आपका business start करना है, you can do that. Because by now the business has started running like a well-oiled machinery. You just have to replicate it somewhere else, and it will give you the massive result that you want. And results, friends, could be anything. It could be you not coming to office or getting up at 12 in the afternoon or 6 in the morning, immaterial of when you do what, you still make the same amount of money, get the same amount of result. But in my experience, most people get fantastic results when they sell their business. Bill Gates, one of the richest man in the world, right? How did he make his money? Did he keep Microsoft to himself? No, he sold shares. He sold a stake of his business to people, common people like you and me, right? And look what he made out of it. He became one of the most richest person in the world. So when you sell your business, you make more money, and that's where the owners or the business owners' personal aspirations are met. Moving on, so what do you need to do to get to this level? Anyone has any idea? Any idea? Karna kya hai? This is the solution, guys. Keep working, yeah. Keep working, but how? So there are two types of work that I always talk about: donkey work and monkey work. Smart work, which is what we call it as monkey work, right? Monkeys are smartest. They're smarter than us as well at times. But we choose to do it the hard way. Let's see how it can be done the smart way. We just want to implement this formula to be successful at work. It's simple formula. Be into do equal to have. Most of the times we know what we want to have in our business or in our life. We know what are the things we got to do. But usually the missing piece for us is to be that person, be that individual. This is where coaches and mentors come and ask you those really difficult questions. They become that most unreasonable friend of yours who helps you understand what is the type of human being you want to be. Because at the end of the day, guys, we are human beings. We are not human doings or human havings, right? So to do the thing and have the result you want in your life, you got to be the human being. And this journey is something like this. To be the entrepreneur, you got to master your business, which is eliminate your chaos in the business. Bring out the marketing and sales to a level where you understand your niche and you're able to, move ahead with that niche. Build the right systems using the leverage and the team, because eventually that's what's going to help you delegate the work that you're doing to have a commercial profitable enterprise that eventually works without you. Hand on heart, how many people think they can do it on their own? No one? So why not reach out to Action Coach and see if a coach can help you out doing that? There are three of us here today, guys. Always available. All right. I'm just coming to a close of it. So the biggest thing that one needs to do to get to where you want in this entrepreneurship journey with a coach, with the help of a mentor, is what we just did. Get into action. Because unless you take action, nothing changes if nothing changes. I copied this quote from a friend of mine, Shaji Kuryakos. He talks about it very well on his social media handles. Thank you, Shaji, for feeding this to me. So, nothing changes if nothing changes, I learned from Shaji. So, action changes things. With that, I come to an end. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity, guys. If there are any questions, happy to take that now or during the break. Thank you. Thank you.